Norwalk is a city located in Fairfield County, Connecticut, United States. The United States Census Bureau estimates the 2014 population of the city was 88,145. Norwalk also ranks 6th on the list of municipalities of Connecticut by population. The city is part of New York metropolitan area. History: Norwalk was purchased in 1640 by Roger Ludlow. The original purchase included the land between the Norwalk and Saugatuck rivers, at a distance of a day's walk from the sea. Norwalk was chartered as a town on September 11, 1651. The traditional American song, Yankee Doodle, has Norwalk-related origins, though not written in Norwalk. During the French and Indian War, a regiment of Norwalkers led by Colonel Thomas Fitch arrived at Fort Craylow, NY. The British regiment began to mock and ridicule the ragtag Connecticut troops, who had only chicken feathers for a uniform. Richard Shuckborough, a British Army surgeon, added words to a popular tune of the time, Lucy Locket. In 1776, American spy Nathan Hale set out from Norwalk by ship on his ill-fated intelligence-gathering mission. British forces under General William Tryon arrived on July 10, 1779 and almost completely destroyed Norwalk. Only 6 houses were spared. After the Revolutionary War, many residents were compensated for their losses with free land grants in the Connecticut Western Reserve in what is now Ohio. This later became Norwalk, Ohio. In 1849, the New York and New Haven Railroad started operating through Norwalk. In 1852, the Danbury and Norwalk Railroad connected Norwalk with Danbury. Both railroads eventually became parts of the New York, New Haven and Hartford Railroad. The first major U.S. railroad bridge disaster occurred in Norwalk in 1853 when a train plunged into the Norwalk River. 46 deaths and about 30 injuries resulted. Oyster farming in Norwalk peaked from the late 19th century to the early part of the 20th century. By 1880, it had the largest fleet of steam-powered oyster boats in the world. Norwalk was reincorporated as a borough in 1836, then reincorporated as a city in 1893 and was consolidated with the town of Norwalk in 1913. This latter event gave rise to the 1913 year that appears on the seal of the city. In the mid-1970s, the city government and several local organizations started successful efforts to revitalize the South Norwalk Business District. The Maritime Aquarium at Norwalk was founded as part of that effort. Geography: according to the United States Census Bureau, the city has a total area of 36.3 square miles, of which 22.8 square miles of it is land and 13.5 square miles of it is water. Neighborhoods: Norwalk is composed of approximately 24 neighborhoods. Broad River, Brookside, Central Norwalk, Norwalk Center, Downtown Norwalk, Midtown Norwalk, East Norwalk, West Norwalk, Cranberry, Silvermine, Spring Hill, Wolf Pit, Wall Street, Winnipook, Wilson Point, Woodward, Reed Putnam, Harbor View, Hospital Hill, Woods Pond, The Green, West Main, West Rocks. Main Avenue refers to the neighborhood surrounding Main Avenue. Rowayton, South Norwalk known locally as Sono, South Main, Norwalk Islands, Harbor View, Village Creek, Shorefront Park. Neighboring towns: Norwalk is bordered on the east by Westport, on the north by Wilton, on the northwest by New Canaan, on the west by Darien and on the south by Long Island Sound. Climate: Norwalk, like the rest of coastal Connecticut, lies in the broad transition zone between the cold, humid continental climate to the north and the more mild, temperate, subtropical climate to the south. Coastal Connecticut, Long Island, NYC, and northern New Jersey are the general dividing line between these two climate zones. The warm season in Norwalk is from late May through mid-October. Warm and often humid weather, with highs in the 80s and lows in the 60s are common. Late-day thunder showers are common in the hottest months, despite the mostly sunny skies. The cool, cold season is from late November through mid-March, with highs near 40 and lows in the upper 20s. Winter weather is far more variable than summer weather along the Connecticut coast, ranging from sunny days with high temperatures in the low 50s to cold and blustery conditions with occasional snow. Like much of the Connecticut coast and nearby Long Island, NY, some of the winter precipitation is rain or a mix and rain and wet snow in Norwalk. Norwalk averages about 30 inches of snowfall annually, about half as much as inland areas of CT and southern New York. Although infrequent, tropical cyclones have struck Connecticut and the Norwalk area. Hurricane landfalls have occurred along the Connecticut coast in 1903, 1938, 1944, 1954, 1960, 1985. Tropical storm Irene also caused moderate damage along the Connecticut coast, as did Hurricane Sandy in 2012. Coastal Connecticut is the broad transition zone where so-called subtropical indicator plants and other broadleaf evergreens can successfully be cultivated. As such, southern magnolias, needle palms, windmill palm, loblolly pines, and crepe myrtles are grown in private and public gardens. Based on NWS 30-year data, Norwalk, Connecticut averages 94 days a year with freeze, about the same as Baltimore, Maryland, or Albuquerque, New Mexico. Demographics. As of the 2010 census, there were 85,603 people residing in the city. The number of Hispanics, who may be of various races, is up by 10,889, a 61% increase from the 12,966 who were counted in 2000. Norwalk's overall population is up by 2,652. As of 2010, whites were 69% of the total, blacks 14.2%, Asians 4.8%, American Indians, Pacific Islanders and people counted as some other race were 9.4% of the total. Those who said they were of two or more races were 2.8% of the city's population. As of the census of 2000, there were 82,951 people, 32,711 households, and 20,967 families residing in the city. The population density was 3,637.3 people per square mile. There were 33,753 housing units at an average density of 1,480.0 per square mile. The racial makeup of the city was 73.95% white, 15.27% black or African American, 0.21% Native American, 3.25% Asian, 0.05% Pacific Islander, 4.33% from other races, and 2.95% from two or more races. Hispanic or Latino of any race were 15.63% of the population. There is a great African American concentration in the city's South Norwalk and Norwalk. The foreign nation in which the most residents of Norwalk were born was Colombia, the birthplace of 2.8% of Norwalk's total population and 14% of its foreign-born population. There were 32,711 households, of which 28.5% had children under the age of 18, 47.9% were married couples living together, 12.2% had a female householder with no husband present, and 35.9% were non-families. 28.2% of all households were individuals and 8.7% had someone living there alone who was 65 or older. The average household size was 2.51 and the average family size was 3.10. In the city, the population was 22.1% under the age of 18, 7.0% from 18 to 24, 35.5% from 25 to 44, 22.6% from 45 to 64, and 12.8% who were 65 or older. The median age was 37. For every 100 females there were 95.3 males. For every 100 females 18 or older, there were 91.4 males. According to a 2007 estimate, the median income for a household in the city was $70,672, and the median income for a family was $83,695. Males had a median income of $46,988 versus $38,312 for females. The per capita income for the city was $31,781. About 5.0% of families and 7.2% of the population were below the poverty line, including 9.6% of those under 18 and 6.3% of those 65 or older. Politics: Norwalk leans slightly Democratic, with 1.3 active registered Democrats per Republican as of October 2005. Religion in Norwalk. There are numerous Christian churches which include St. Matthew Church, St. Thomas the Apostle Church, St. Mary Church, St. Joseph Church, St. Jerome Church, St. Ladislaus Church, St. Philip Church. Government. Municipal. The City of Norwalk is a charter city. The City of Norwalk's administration offices are located at 125 East Avenue. Norwalk's Common Council consists of 15 council members, 5 elected at large and 10 elected by district, 2 from each district. The mayor is elected separately, at large, and serves for 2 years. Common Council meetings are held on the second and fourth Tuesday of each month. The Common Council is the law-writing body of the City of Norwalk. The city's charter gives certain administrative powers exclusively to the council and others jointly to the council and mayor. The current mayor of Norwalk is Harry Rilling, a Democrat. Historically, Norwalk's Nuisance Abatement and Quality of Life Act has been considered an important law for citizens and law enforcement officers. The current at-large council members are Richard J. Bononfon, Glenn A. Iannacone, Douglas E. Hempstead, Bruce L. Kimmel, and Sharon Stewart, and the district members are Eloisa M. Melendez, and David A. Watts from District A, Fidrell L. Bowman and Travis L. Sims. Minority Leader from District B, John Kaiser. Michelle A. Maggio from District C, Shannon O'Toole, Gianduco and Jerry E. Petrini. Majority Leader from District D, John E. Igneri and David T. McCarthy from District E. State. The citizens of Norwalk as electors of one of 5 House legislative districts are represented in the Connecticut House of Representatives by Chris Barone, Bruce Morris, Terry Wood, Friedrich Wilms, Gail Lavielle, and, as members of a single Senate legislative district, are represented in the Connecticut Senate by Bob Duff. Federal. The citizens of Norwalk, as members of Connecticut's 4th Congressional District, are represented by Jim Himes in the United States House of Representatives. Economy. The economy of Norwalk is spread somewhat evenly across at least 12 different NAICS industry groups according to the United States Census Bureau. Large and distinctive companies: Apple Corp., Applied Biosystems Group, headquarters 301 Merritt 7, the successor to Norwalk's old PerkinElmer Corp. Appalera Biosystems develops, manufactures, sells and services instrument systems, reagents and software for the life sciences industry. It is a separately traded stock under the holding company Apple Corp., also based in Norwalk. Appalera Biosystems has 4,030 employees company-wide, $1.8 billion in 2005 revenues. CEO Tony L. White. Serverless, colocation, and managed services provider, Norwalk is home to company headquarters, and Connecticut's largest data center, a serverless facility. Diageo North America, U.S. Headquarters of the world's largest liquor maker, Dooney and Burke apparel manufacturer, EMCOR Group Inc. Headquarters, 301 Merit 7, a Fortune 500 company that performs mechanical and electrical construction, energy infrastructure and facilities services for a range of businesses worldwide. 26,000 employees company-wide, 506 in Connecticut, $4.7 billion in 2005 revenues. CEO Frank T. McInnes. FactSet Research Systems, a leading provider of global financial and economic information, including fundamental financial data on tens of thousands of companies worldwide, combining hundreds of databases into its own dedicated online service. FactSet also provides the tools to download, combine, and manipulate financial data for investment analysis. FactSet has offices in North America, Europe and Asia-Pacific. Its headquarters are in Norwalk. GE Capital, leasing and financial services company. IMS Health, the world's largest supplier of pharmaceutical market intelligence, recently moved its headquarters to Norwalk from Fairfield, Connecticut. Kayak.com, headquarters, Connecticut Avenue, a travel search engine website founded in January 2005. Steve Hafner, CEO. MediaStorm LLC, headquarters, advertising company. MBI, parent company of the Danbury Mint and Eastern Press. Northrop Grumman Norden Systems, a division of Northrop Grumman. Pepperidge Farm, a division of the Campbell Soup Company since 1961. Priceline.com, headquarters, online service books airline tickets, hotel rooms, rental cars, cruises, vacation packages and mortgages. 532 employees company-wide, 280 in Connecticut, $963 million in annual revenues. CEO Jeffrey H. Boyd. Sobe, a division, founded in Norwalk in 1996, it was bought by PepsiCo in 2000. Southern Air, a cargo carrier airline based in Norwalk. Stu Leonard's, headquarters and flagship store on Westport Avenue. Tauck, an upscale escorted tour and cruise operator, with nearly 100 land tours, river cruises and ocean cruises in over 60 countries. Tower Optical, a small, family-owned company making coin-operated viewers at major tourist sites since 1932. Translux, maker of real-time displays. Headquarters are in Norwalk, but manufacturing has moved elsewhere. Virgin Atlantic Airways, U.S. Headquarters at 75 North Water Street. The influential Financial Accounting Standards Board and related Government of Accounting Standards Board are headquartered in Norwalk. Xerox, world headquarters located at 45 Glover Avenue, global document management company, which manufactures and sells a range of color and black and white printers, multifunction systems, photocopiers, digital production printing presses, and related consulting services and supplies. Landmarks, sites, and attractions. Lockwood Matthews Mansion Museum. This 62-room mansion is considered one of the oldest and finest surviving Second Empire-style country houses ever built in the United States. It was designated a National Historic Landmark in 1971. Recently, it was used for interior shots in the 2004 remake of The Stepford Wives. Maritime Aquarium at Norwalk, a major aquarium that specializes in displaying the marine life and ecology of Long Island Sound. The Mill Hill Historic Park and Museum, a collection of historic buildings open to visitors on weekends from May through September and by appointment year-round, and is maintained by the Norwalk Historical Society. The Norwalk Islands are used by powerboaters, fishers, kayakers and canoeists, as well as birdwatchers and campers for day trips and sometimes overnight camping stays. Norwalk Museum, 41 North Main Street, in the Colonial Revival-style building that previously served as the South Norwalk City Hall prior to the incorporation of Norwalk and Oldwell in 1913. Museum is currently closed. Norwalk Symphony Orchestra performs 5 concerts annually in the Norwalk Concert Hall, 125 East Avenue. Norwalk Youth Symphony performs at concerts held in the Norwalk City Hall on East Avenue. Sheffield Island Lighthouse is open to the public seasonally. Sono Switch Tower Museum. The Silvermine Tavern, in a historic riverside mill complex of buildings in the Silvermine section of the city, closed its popular restaurant in 2009, though the inn remains open as a bed and breakfast and for special functions. Stepping Stones Museum for Children at Matthews Park, near the Lockwood Matthews Mansion Museum, for children ages 10 and under. Seaside Depths. Sports. Baseball and softball are popular amateur sports with active leagues across many age groups in Norwalk. There are 4 baseball fields and 16 Little League fields in the city. Several of the fields are illuminated for nighttime play. The Norwalk Little League team won the Little League World Series in 1952. The 14-year-old Babe Ruth League team won the championship in 2008. In 2010, the Cal Ripken 12-year-old Norwalk All-Star team made to the Cal Ripken League World Series and placed 3rd in the country. In 2011, the Norwalk American Senior Legion baseball team won the Connecticut State Championship. This had not been accomplished by any other Norwalk Legion team in the storied 83-year history. The team defeated Branford, CT in the championship game. The girls' Norwalk Pride fast-pitch softball team won the Connecticut State Championship in 2005, 2006, and 2007. Gallagher Estate has a disc golf course. The Norwalk Biddy Basketball All-Star team won the state and regional titles and then went on to the World Championships in New Orleans, LA in 1986 and placed 7th in the world. Being a coastal city, Norwalk is home to a great many water sports including competitive swimming, recreational boating and fishing, sailing, windsurfing, and kayaking. The Norwalk River and the Inner Norwalk Harbor host rowing events and organizations. Norwalk resident Daniel Walsh won a bronze medal in Beijing with the U.S. Olympic rowing team in the 2008 Summer Olympics. There are 3 golf courses in the city of Norwalk. The crosstown rivalry between the city's 2 largest high school sports teams can be rather fierce, particularly for the football, soccer and field hockey teams in the fall, as well as lacrosse, baseball, and softball teams in the spring. Brian McMahon High School's football team won the FCIAC and Class M State Football Championship in 1994. McMahon High School's boys lacrosse team went on to win the State Division II Lacrosse Championship in 2000. In professional team sports, Norwalk is represented by the Connecticut Wildcats in the American National Rugby League.